Okay, so Taurus, you may have been feeling a little bit negative or pessimistic lately, and this has been blocking you from seeing and embracing a new idea or a new opportunity that is trying to reveal itself to you. But this is going to change very soon within the next few days, and you're going to start to see things much more clearly. This is going to help you to build a strong foundation, and it's going to set you up for future success or some type of success in your future endeavors. And it's going to bring stability to not just your personal well-being, but also your financial well-being. So we are going to go ahead and jump into some additional cards to see what other messages there are for you or to clarify. And for those of you that are wondering, your initial energy and messages are coming from this Phase 10 deck. If you are interested in learning how to divine, go ahead and check out my Stan Store. I'm going to leave the link in the description box as well as in the comment section. This is a system that I created using the already existing Phase 10 card deck from, the game. But I created the divinations. They are very much so accurate. So go ahead and check that out. But let's go ahead and see what other messages we have for you. If you are interested in your own personal reading, also check out the description box in the comment section. I'll have a link there for that as well. So let's get started. This is Misty with Cancerian Chronicles. Welcome or welcome back. Look at this. Okay, Taurus. So the first card that came out for you is the Knight of Pentacles, which is methodical. So the guidance for you, or what you're going to have to do, is you're going to have to be very methodical. There's something to do with like laser sharp precision. At the bottom, we have the Ace of Swords, which says cutting through confusion. And let's see what we have at the top. Yeah, at the top, we have the Strength card, which is compassion. So I feel like, I don't know, I'm getting the initial energy of like there might be some people that, I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional. It really doesn't matter. But what I'm getting is that there are some people who have the potential, or some things that they do or say might try to kind of get in the way of what you're focused on. And what you're focused on, I'm hearing it's all about the money, money, money. So some of you guys are definitely focused on finances at this time, but you might have some people that feel like your attention should be elsewhere. Perhaps they feel like your attention should be on them, or your attention should be on, their needs, or, I don't know. This feels like it might be actually multiple people, but if you allow it to get into your head, it's going to slow you down. But what you have in store for you next, it is going to require a level of strategy. And again, like I heard earlier, there's something to do with laser, like laser precise, or it's laser precision, or laser, I don't know, but it's going to require a great deal of strategy on your part. Okay. What else does Taurus need to know? Messages for the sign of Taurus. What is Taurus? Okay. Yeah, there are going to be some things that you're just going to have to give up. We have the Hanged Woman here. And so you can't do it all. It's kind of like there's a sense of like there's going to be some things that you're going to have to give up so that you can reach this goal. This feels like it is a much larger scale goal or dream, or something that you're trying to accomplish. And I feel like you're not going to get there if you keep getting, look at how his head is turned to the side. If you keep allowing people to just kind of knock you off course. Look at this. At the bottom, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is dedication. You have to, it's laser sharp focus. You have to maintain laser type focus on whatever this goal is. Yeah. And at the top, we have the Queen of Wands, which is confidence. So for some of you guys, some people might try to question your motives or question your goals. And essentially, they could be trying to question your dedication to your goals, and, maybe essentially trying to knock you down a peg, or, trying to humble you is kind of the sense that I'm getting, trying to knock down your confidence levels. And I'm getting the sense of like you need to cut them off or cut those, like whatever it is that they're trying to say to you or however it is that they're trying to distract you, you need to cut that off. But it's kind of like, you know, there's a, remember we saw that compassion with the strength card. So, you know, you don't have to be rude or ugly or nasty about it, but because I feel like that actually for some of you guys, that might lead to, you know, more distractions. So you guys, some people might be trying to distract you by questioning your judgment, by questioning your goals, by questioning your motives. And they really like, it could be that you're not paying attention to this person or these people. And so it's kind of like, look what I can do. Like this is a person or these are people that are going to do whatever it is that they can do to get your attention back onto them, to turn your head, so to speak. But again, this is a reminder for you to let all of that foolishness go. I feel like, you know, it feels kind of childish. So if this is something that's like a repeated cycle, I mean, look at this. This is almost feels like, you know, she's like at a circus. This is very childish, just very childish. You're going to have to let all of that energy go. This back and forth. I'm right. You're wrong. You know, whatever. Like you have to let all of that foolishness go because that's what it feels like. A bunch of foolishness and someone's trying to keep you in a foolish type energy. Okay. What else does Taurus need to know? Messages for Taurus. Oh, no, we're not. Okay, so we're going to look at this for some of you, none of you, or I don't know. But we have Knight of Swords, which says direct communication. We have defense, which is the 7 of Wands. And then we have 9 of Swords, which is guilt. So here's the thing. Someone is using their, okay. At the bottom is 6 of Pentacles, which is about sharing wealth. And let's see what at the top we have Ace of Cups, which is new love. So basically, Taurus, what I'm getting is either you have someone that feels like you're not giving them, like you're not sharing in your wealth, you're not sharing in your finances with them, or you are giving your time, attention, and love to someone else. So this is a fear, perhaps that someone has. And because of that, you're not paying this person any attention, or they feel like you're not paying them any attention. So this person has made it their mission or made it their point to kind of any type. This is like sharp words. This is cutting words. This is someone who is in that like reversed Queen of Swords type energy. Like they're going to say anything, they're going to do anything, but really I'm feeling it strongly with their words. Like they're going to try to attack you to kind of knock you off of your game, right? This person just needs your attention in any way, form, or fashion that they can get it. And the guidance is for you to, you know, obviously you have to defend yourself. And we are talking about, you know, making sure that mentally you're not allowing this person to get into your head. And also as well as like keep them from your energy. So this is like keeping this person away from you as much as possible. I feel like the major way that this person is trying to get into your head is using guilt. This person is trying to put you, like there's something to do with like, you know, using a guilt trip, you know, like, so just kind of be careful of that. I don't know, but like this person really, their main goal is to distract you from whatever it is that you have going on. Maybe it is either it's because they don't want you to accomplish these goals or this goal, or it could be they don't care about your goals. They only, you know, care about themselves. And, you know, it's taking away from them and what they want or what they have going on. Okay. So just be mindful of that. What else does Taurus need to know? Messages for Taurus. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah. This is what flew to the floor for one of you, some of you, or none of you. I don't know. Well, I think this is for all of you, to be honest. But because it kind of aligns with this, what flew to the floor is this same strength card came right back out, but it hit the floor in reverse on insecurity. This person may have, like, in the past, remember I said this feels like it could be like a repeated cycle of this person, you know, like using this strategy, or this is their method to kind of reel you back in to get your attention. attention. And so their whole purpose was to make you feel insecure, to make you feel ashamed, to make you feel guilty, like you're not a good, wife, you're not a good mother, you're not a good husband, you're not a good father. Like, this is one of those, you're not a good friend, you're not a good son, you're not a good daughter. Like, this is a person that uses their words to try to, it's kind of like they lash out at you to try to make you feel insecure, and they play on that insecurity and those doubts and that guilt to make you do what it is that they want you to do. And I feel like whoever you are, like, you may have been falling for it every single time. Not to say that you fall for it with everyone, but this particular person, yeah, you fall for it every single time. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So let's keep going. And of course, the guidance is for you to, cut that cycle out, because it's not really beneficial to you. Look at this. We have the King of Wands, which is about authority. This is about you recognizing that you are in control. It almost feels like a little game where this person wants to show that they're boss. I'm hearing Who's Boss. I think that used to be like a show. But they want you to question your level of control and your authority. Look at this. At the bottom, we have the Two of Swords, which is being at a crossroads. And I'm hearing the song, you got what I need. At the top is the Princess of Cups, which is intuitive messages. I feel like, you may want to act like you don't know what path you're supposed to take, like you're at a crossroads, but truly you do know what it is that you're meant to do as it relates to this situation, as it relates to your goals, as it relates to this relationship, or, like whatever this is that's trying to deter you or grab your attention and keep you from focusing on what it is that you truly want, out of life. Someone is trying to make you give up on yourself, give up on your hopes, give up on your dreams. And if you're not careful, like, they are going to be successful with whatever this is. I feel like you've been receiving some type of messages about this, or you have some type of inner knowing of like what direction to take, or, what to do. It could be that this person provides you with something that you feel like it is that you need, and perhaps you just don't want to let go of whatever that is. At the bottom here, we have the Judgment, which is reflection. Some of you guys are going to have to think a little bit. I'm hearing think long and hard about, is it actually worth, is the lemon worth a squeeze? Is this worth your time? Is it worth giving up, surrendering your vision and your goals? Okay. So yeah, let's keep going. And again, you guys, if you want your own personal reading, be sure to check the description box and the comment section. Also, if you are enjoying the messages, if they resonate, be sure to hit that thumbs up and let me know in the comments. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. And so I feel like, remember the initial energy with this yellow one here, it was about like you being in some type of, having a pessimistic outlook. And so I'm seeing that reflection card again, but going back to that, sometimes if you allow certain people in your energy and in your space and they're quite negative, that energy tends to rub off on you. So you have to be careful with the people that you're allowing into your life, into your head, into your space, because their negativity will have the tendency to rub off on you, especially if you typically have a quite positive outlook on life, right? Like you're a go-getter, like you don't sit there and, look at the negative side all of the time. If that's how you normally are, then that's just how you normally are. But I feel like for some of you guys, there's someone or, there's some situation or some person that you're allowing to get into your head. And so when you are feeling especially negative after being around this person or these people, you have to disconnect. Okay. It's kind of like you have to like recalibrate your energy so that you can get back on track or get back on course. Okay. And you're going to have to think of like a longer term plan than that, because, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can do what you want. Messages for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? What is, okay. That's way too much. Okay. We have a lot of outside messages. We have family rooms, which I typically take as like some type of secret, specifically a family secret. And we have change. So there might be some type of family secret or deep, dark, dirty secret is what it feels like, you know, is about to be revealed, and it's going to change something. Yeah. Like if you feel like you're in a situation like that you will never be able to get out of it, I feel like that is going to change. Like this pessimistic viewpoint or attitude that you've been having lately, it could have something to do with like feeling like you're stuck within a situation, but there's like, maybe you feel like you're stuck within like a certain type of family or some type of, you know, organization. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like something is going to be revealed that is going to change things up. It's going to release you from whatever this situation is. It almost feels like someone is bound to a situation, and it has you, you know, like it had you I don't want to say temporarily, but it had you like, you know, in a state of just like despair. I mean, I didn't want to say that, but that's just what the card says. It says despair. And I feel like this change is going to, it's going to get you out of that state. But then we have this mature man. You could be I feel like this is an opposite with this being in reverse right now. This could have something to do with a woman instead of a man. And rather than them being mature, they're quite immature. So something is about to be revealed about an immature woman that you have been dealing with, or, you know, that you're close to, or something like that. This could be, you know, someone that you are close friends, or this is a family member. I really feel like it's a family member somehow, and a secret is going to be revealed about this person, something that this person has been hiding from you. It's going to change the entire situation so that you're no longer bound or stuck within this situation, so that you can focus on whatever it is that you need to focus on. So that's for one of you, some of you, or none of you. I do not know, but let's jump back in. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a strong yes for whatever that is. Like, I don't know. 3 to 6 months for something to happen. Okay, messages for Taurus. What does Taurus? Ooh, okay, Taurus need to know. We have journey. Yeah. So we have something about either you're on a journey, you're about to take a trip, and you have to be very strategic in the way that you're on this trip or something like that. But also this could be like you're on some type of path, right? This is like your life path. And again, where we talked about you being very methodical, kind of going slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. But also there's something to do with like being very strategic, okay? I'm hearing something about the game of life. So I feel like this is like your life. This is your life journey, your life path. We have unexpected income, but I'm hearing like if you play your cards right. So there's something to do with you having to play your cards right. If you play your cards right on this game of life, you are supposed to receive some type of income. Look at that. You can't make that up. At the top is sudden wealth. For some of you guys, it also includes like a new home and a new relationship. I'm just pulling from the bottom and the top. So I don't know, but this is all depending on, you know, how you play the game. If you playing your cards right. What else? Taurus, what does Taurus need to know? I mean, I'm hearing someone like asking the stars or asking the cards or asking, you know, God or something like that. Like, will I be rich? Or, you know, will I be happy one day? Or will I be blah, blah, blah? Will I get this? And it just feels like I mean, the answer, it depends on you. It's almost like, you know how we saw the crossroads earlier, but I feel like you have, you know, we all have like several paths that we can take, but I feel like your two major paths, One leads you down a life of like, I feel like it's just like whatever life you're already living. And if you're happy with that, then you're happy with that. So that means you just keep doing what it is that you're doing. You keep thinking the way that you think, you keep acting the way that you act, you stay with the people that you're around. Like that is going to get you what you've always gotten. And then this other path though, where you're wanting to see like major differences, like you're wanting to reach this goal, because I feel like the life that you're wanting to live is completely different than what you live right now, which means you're going to have to make some completely different decisions. You're going to have to go down a completely different path. And so will you be rich? Will you be happy? Will you find love? Absolutely, if you do things different than the way that you've been doing them. I mean, that's where this, like, depending on how you play at this game of life, you have to be strategic. And if you're just doing what makes you comfortable, what you've always done, like that is not very strategic. That's not methodical. That's you just you being on auto drive and living your life of comfort, but giving up your life of luxury. I mean, that's really what that feels like. Yeah. I'm hearing the Dr. Phil, you know, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. I'm also hearing where he says like, and how's that working out for you? Messages for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? Message. Oh, jeez. I'm telling you, this is gift that fell to the floor. I feel like, you know, there's something that you are supposed to be receiving, but it really depends on you. You are being required, not asked, you're being required to do something different or to take a different route or a different path. You're going to have to do something that makes you uncomfortable. I don't know. Jeez, look at that courthouse. Wow. I'm hearing something about go into the chapel and we're gonna get married. So I don't know who that's for, but courthouse is what came out. I don't know if you've already gone to the courthouse and gotten married, or if that's something that you're thinking about doing, but something is about to end in courthouse. Something is going to require a bit of work, or right now, like you may feel like you're doing too much work right now with whatever this is. Yeah. And you're not getting any good results out of it. Like you're working super hard to maintain something, or I'm hearing a facade, but you're doing something to maintain something, right? But everything just seems to keep getting worse. The more energy, time, work that you pour into it, or the longer you stay within it, the worse things are going to be, or the worse things are going to go for whatever this is. Now, this is something that you know about. This is something that like intuitively or like you've already received some type of download or some type of information that something is not working out in your favor. But I don't know if like you're trying to hold on to it. It also, with this courthouse, it makes me feel like, again, like you have to decide how you're going to play this game of life. And that is going to determine, you know, how things work out for you. Yeah, we have the privileged lady. At the bottom. Ooh, okay. So for some of you guys, you are this privileged lady, and it could be that you're meant to be a gift to someone. Like you're being gifted to someone, so to speak, because we have the gift here, or you have been gifted with a privileged lady. Yeah, and we have message here at the top. But I feel like this is like something that you already know. Official person, community. Message, courtship, and great fortune. You've already received some dreams or some type of downloads yourself specifically, that there is someone in your life. Like it's almost like, remember we had that energy of like someone who is picking at you, poking at you, trying to get you to turn your head, pay attention to them, fight with them. Like that is not your person, but maybe you don't want to let it go. I mean, but it doesn't have to be a person. It could be like a job. It could be a job that like, you know, things always seem to go wrong. Like there's always some type of, you know, problems. People are always fighting. Like your boss is always on your tail. You know, there's something to do with that. And it keeps your focus away from like a business that you're meant to work on. However, it's like this privileged lady, it's like you have another option. And it's up to you to make this judgment call to accept this other mission or this other, path. And by accepting this other mission or this other path, that is what is leading you to great fortune, to love, romance. And again, like you already know this. Great, or it could, for some of you guys, great communication. Maybe you feel like, at your job, you can't really, talk to people, or, everything just goes wrong, or you're in a relationship where you guys can't talk because everything is toxic and goes wrong. But you've been gifted with something else, but perhaps you don't want to give up the toxicity. And it's like you're more than welcome to keep whatever is toxic. Like, that's your business. It's your life. But, if you're wondering why things are not changing, but you have not changed and you have not done anything different, that would be why. And it could be that you're dealing with a person that is like in that energy as well. I don't know. You guys, make sure that you're not just checking the Taurus sun sign. If you're a Taurus sun, also check out your moon, perhaps your Venus or your North Node, to get a more accurate view of like what you have going on in your life. And again, if you want just a personal reading, check me out. Look in the description box or the comment section. If you don't want to do all of that, you just want one reading. Okay. Messages for Taurus. I feel like, I'm not going to keep going. I'm just going to go. We're going to move on to the next part. Yeah, we have asked for your needs to be met is what came out. It says God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. Let me say that again. Only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. So Taurus, you could have an issue of like, I'm hearing something about a failure to communicate. Someone has a failure to communicate in some type of situation, and it's holding you back. So it's kind of like, it's feeling like you're stuck in a situation, but you haven't asked for anything. You haven't asked for anything to be different. And when you ask for your needs to be met, or you ask someone for something that is going to, make you more at peace or make you happier, and that, they also have free will and they can say yay or nay. And if they say nay, right, then you have to let that go. Either you're going to choose to continue to go along that path with them, living uncomfortably or in misery or, in anger or, by, giving up or, whatever this is, or you can let the entire situation go and remove yourself from that situation. But that choice is always going to be yours. Okay. And if you feel like you're stuck in a situation for some reason, I'm sorry, but the only way that you're stuck is if you're allowing yourself to be stuck. But if you feel like you're stuck and you need some type of assistance, some type of divine intervention, I feel like, maybe that's where we have this, where it just says ask. But I feel like I have to give this warning. I feel like that's where that energy of like a secret is going to be revealed. You have to be ready. So if you ask for help, you don't get to determine how the Most High intervenes. So you have to, it feels like you're ready. I'm hearing that. You have to make sure that you're ready, because you don't get to determine how you receive that help. And sometimes that help, it looks like it's making things worse, because sometimes things have to get, a little bit rough, a little bit rocky, a little bit worse before they can actually get better. Okay, so that's something that you're going to have to determine on your own. At the bottom of the deck, we have clean energy food, which is really just making me feel like you're going to have to clean up some type of mess that you may have already created, or some type of mess that was already created in your life. You're going to have, oh, wow, at the top, is raise your promotion. So for you to get this elevation in life and in lifestyle, you're about to have to clean up some type of mess. And then from that point on, from that point forward, it's like you have to think before you leap. You have to think before you act. You have to be very strategic and very methodical when it comes to the actions that you're taking. So that's what I have for you. I hope that these messages were helpful. If so, or you just like watching the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. I love you and have a beautiful and fantabulous rest of your day. Bye now.